Fact number 1. The documentary Brown is the New Green was directed by Phillip Rodriguez. The film talks about how corporations are profiting off the term Latino.
I mean, one of the things that my documentary is about is I think it's a declaration of independence, in a way, of the brown, of the Chicano, of the Mexican American, who's always had to answer or been defined by others, been defined by the güeritos. This is a dark-skinned, Indian-looking dude who's got enough geld and got enough to assert his identity strongly and fearlessly.
Fact number 2. George Lopez is the first Latino to star, produce, and write his own sitcom on primetime network TV. George Lopez actually get involved in the project?
We called him up and we asked him, and he seemed to think that it was a good idea, and he kept returning the phone call.
In Hollywood, if you get your calls returned, that's a really good sign.
George let me in place where a camera doesn't very often get into. We got to witness his process behind the scenes in the making of the show.
Why do you think that George Lopez achieved such a phenomenal success?
One of the tricks that he pulled off was he didn't make his humor solely about his Latino-ness, his brownness, right? It was about his being, and he says it in the documentary, a hurt guy looking for the love of his mom.
Fact number 3. Latino buying power is going to reach $1.2 trillion by the year 2010. How are corporations taking advantage of that?
As they have traditionally with Spanish language, they're belatedly coming to acknowledge the fact that we're more complicated than that, that we speak a number of languages. And so they're doing bilingual shows and they're doing bilingual programming. Are we going to forge a culture around this hustle for money? Is there something really going to genuine, street level, useful to us going to be generated? Or when this hustle for the Latino dollar is over with, what will be left of conversations like this?
Fact number 4. In 2005, less than 1% of the stories on ABC, CBS, and NBC were about Latinos. How can you account for that when we make up 15 to what, 20% of the population?
Lots of Americans believed that we were all watching novelas and Spanish TV. Which I don't know about you, but
I wasn't doing it.
I wasn't. We confuse people. Latinos are confusing because because America understands race in this very simple way, black or white.
Right.
We're stuck in that Puritan imagination. Latinos are strange, man, because they're black and they're white.
Is there an outlet or a way for us to take advantage of the situation ourselves?
Listen, I mean, the answer is just to take the initiative, put that camera in your hands and ask questions and create. Free markets is colorblind. I mean, the bottom line is green, and if you can find a way to express yourself and make a living, more power to you.
Fact number 5. Only 2% of the writers on mainstream TV are Latino. How do we increase Latino names on these credits? In the Bill of Rights, there's not the right to write for sitcoms. All of us have to just keep on making, and keep on insisting. Interesting thing, my friend Richard Rodriguez, the great writer, said that brown will be beautiful in LA before it's beautiful in Mexico City. Think big. I'm gonna think big. You think big, I'm gonna think big, our viewers are gonna be thinking big, and you know what, we're the new America. With the new American, Phillip Rodriguez, check out his documentary on PBS, Brown is the New Green, and Humberto sending it back to the studio.